Hello and welcome again to Fox Comics and Games in beautiful downtown Marion, Illinois. And we are here today on January 8th, Tuesday, January 8th, unpacking this week's comic book order. These items will all go on sale in the store on Wednesday, January 9th. We're going to start with a beautiful Harry Potter piggy bank. Fantastic, wonderfully made. Those of you who've been in the store, you know how we do with the banks. A nice addition. Then next up we have, for the Nightmare Before Christmas, two vinyl figurines, the Mayor and Barrel. Those are highly anticipated. Several of you have been waiting for those to come out. Then next up from Funko, we have the pop figurine from Infinity Wars of Groot with his axe arm. That's pretty cool. And then some of the keychains that arrived this week, we have Black Panther and Captain America and Deadpool. And they are fantastic and affordable and really, really nice, neat items to have. Then next up on the comic books, we're going to start with DC. Kicks us off with Adventures of the Super Sons, issue 6. That is the last issue of this. No, it's halfway there. It's a 12-issue miniseries, and so we're halfway home. And that's been really pretty solid. Tomasi is working on that. Then from Dark Horse Comics, we have issue 4 of Aliens, Dust to Dust. And then from Archie Comics, we have Archie Meets Batman 66, issue 6. And that looks pretty wild and pretty spot on accurate. Then we have from Marvel, Avengers, issue 12. And as you can see, it is their Stan Lee Memorial issue and cover. Then we have from Antarctic Press some highly anticipated comic. It is the Barack Panther versus the Tremendous Trump. And it comes in both the blue Victory, if you lean slightly to the left, or it comes in the red Triumph if you're more right-leaning. So there you are. You can have it either way at Fox's. We don't really care about your politics because we're a comic store. Next up, we have from DC, issue 62 of Batman. And a great cover on that, as there was on the variant cover for issue 62 of Batman. Fantabulous. And then we have the final issue of the Batman Kings of Fear. That's a 6-part series, and that is issue 6, so it is done this week. Next up from Image Publishing, we have issue 35 of Birthright. Also from Image Publishing, we have issue 3 of Bitter Root. Then from Marvel, we have issue 3 of The Black Order. And then Image Publishing brings us issue 4 of Blackbird. Quite a few of you are reading that and seem to be enjoying it. Fans of the video game Bloodborne will be excited to learn that issue 8 of Bloodborne: The Healing Thirst, the comic that goes kind of along with that video game, is out. And then next up from Image Publishing and the wonderful Scotty Young, we have issue 5 of Bully Wars. And as always, we bring in the variant covers for Bully Wars because Scotty Young does such a wonderful, wonderful job. Next up from Boombox, we have issue 7 of By Night. And then one of the more highly anticipated comics this week, and probably this month, Kelly Thompson's Marvel, Captain Marvel #1. And getting you ready for the movie. I believe they're rebooting it, getting you ready for that movie. And speaking of which, there's the movie variant cover, which is gorgeous. That's actually in our top 5 covers of the week. Next up from Image, we have issue 5 of Warren Ellis's Cemetery Beach. A great gritty little tale. Those of us that are reading it are enjoying it a great deal. Then next up from Zenoscope, we have Conspiracy Doppelganger, and that is pretty cool, and that is issue 2. Highly anticipated Ed Brubaker Criminal #1 from Image Publishing. I know a lot of you are going to be getting that, and you should. It looks fantastic. Ed Brubaker is wonderful. He's done Kill or Be Killed, Femme Fatale, just wonderful, wonderful writer. Next up from DC, we have issue 10 of The Curse of Brimstone. Beautiful cover, made our top 5. Also from DC, issue 39 of Deathstroke, still continuing with the Arkham story, and as always, beautiful variant cover for Deathstroke, issue 39. Next up, and part of our top 5 covers of the week, Kieran Gillen's Die, issue 2. And then the beautiful variant cover, actually also in our top 5 covers of the week for Die, has to do with a gaming die. So those of you that are looking for a great story and a place to jump on, it's only at issue 2. You can jump right on and get there. All right. Next up we have from Titan Comics, issue 3 of Doctor Who, the 13th Doctor. And she's being purposely upsetting to those of you who can't accept the female Doctor. Deal with it. All right. Up next from Marvel, Domino, issue 10. And then from Vertigo, one of the top 5 covers of the week from the Sandman universe, The Dreaming, issue 5. Those have been surprisingly solid. Then next up we have from Valiant, issue 4 of Faith, The Dream Side. That is the pre-order cover. So those of you who have that on your pull list, that's the cover you'll be receiving tomorrow. And the other cover, Mr. Fox forgot to pull out for this video, so you'll just have to imagine what it looks like. Use your imagination. All right, next up from Image, we have issue 2 of The Freeze. And that's been a pretty entertaining read so far. I had not, that I remember, read any Dan Wickline, but it was a very solid book and have enjoyed it so far. Next up, I believe, is going to be from Marvel, and I believe Tom Taylor is the one doing the writing on this, is Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man #1. And it's another one that highly anticipated. A lot of people are looking forward to it. And the variant cover is gorgeous, as you can see. Actually, our cover of the week was Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man #1. And so the accolades go to Marvel this week. Well done, Marvel. And then to show you some of the kind of neat pieces we bring in, this is a San Diego Comic-Con variant cover of Saban's Go-Go Power Rangers #1. And it connects with several other, it's a connecting cover. And they make one giant image. It's beautiful. And also from Boom Studios, speaking of Saban's Go-Go Power Rangers, issue 16 of that is out. And as always, they do a wonderful job with their variants. There's issue 16's Go-Go Power Rangers, as is this variant, Teenagers with Too Much Attitude. All right, then up from DC, we have issue 48 of Green Arrow. And again, as always, as they do, beautiful variant covers from DC recently. A beautiful variant for Green Arrow, issue 48. Those of you who like Grant Morrison, and we all do, issue 3 of Green Lantern from Grant Morrison is out for DC. Fantastic, beautiful looking cover. As is the variant cover, which this was a close runner-up for cover of the week, issue 3 of the Green Lantern. Next up, we have from DC, issue 57 of Harley Quinn. Beautiful, beautiful cover. And again, as always, DC's killing it with their variant covers. A beautiful variant for issue 57 of Harley Quinn. Then, from Image Publishing, we have issue 12, which is the 4th part of a 4-part series that Raphael Albuquerque's been working on for Hit Girl. Fantastic so far. He's been doing a really good job with it. So there that is. Then from Marvel, we have issue 5 of Iceman. Dark Horse Comics brings us issue 5 of Joe Gollum, the Occult Detective. Those are pretty solid. Really, really nice. Next up from DC, issue 15 of Justice League. And as they always do, beautiful variant cover from DC for issue 15, Justice League. Great job, DC. Keep up the great work. We're all afraid it will end, so don't let it shock all of us and keep it going. Next up from Image, we have issue 11 of Kick-Ass. And then from Titan Comics, issue 2 of Life is Strange. Really nice little comic. Has found a place in our shop, and it is doing quite well for us. Thank you. Next up from DC, issue 2 of Martian Manhunter. And again, one of the top 5 covers of the week is their beautiful variant cover for issue 2, Martian Manhunter. Just gorgeous. Great work, DC. Again, keep it up. You're doing a great job. Then from Marvel, we have up next issue 2 of Miles Morales, Spider-Man. And then from DC, issue 56 of Nightwing. And as always, again, redundantly, a beautiful variant cover for Nightwing. Robert Kirkman over at Image is keeping us all entertained with the Oblivion song. And I assume that issue 11 that's out tomorrow will be no different. Also from Image Publishing, issue 3 of Outer Darkness. Very entertaining read. Dark Horse Comics comes at us with issue 4 out of 4. So this will be the last one of this Hunters 2 run for Predator. But I know several of you that enjoy those Predator books. And there you are. All right, now, next up from Image Publishing. I think everybody enjoyed the first one, and we're looking forward to the second one. Mark Millar's Prodigy, that he's ironically working on with Raphael Albuquerque, who's working on Kick-Ass for him. And then some of the variant covers, which any of these could have been put in our top 5, or could have won Cover of the Week, because Image does that good of a job. Next up from Marvel, we have issue 6 of The Punisher. Great looking cover on that one as well. Then from Image Publishing, issue 16 of Meredith Finch's Rose. Very good read. Those of you who haven't read Rose, I'm telling you that's a great book. Pick it up. You'll enjoy it very, very much. And then we have from Image Publishing, issue 2 of Self-Made. And that's been rather intriguing. I'm interested to see where they take that story. Marvel is up next with issue 4 of Spider-Gwen Ghost Spider, all part of the Spider-Geddon Aftermath. And that looks phenomenal, as does the variant cover. Also in our top 5 covers of the week, the Guardians of the Galaxy variant cover. And then we have the Conan variant cover. Phenomenal work, Marvel. Keep this up. This is definitely the direction to head. Next up from Marvel, we have issue 59 of Star Wars. Also from Marvel, we have Star Wars Age of Republic Jango Fett. And as we won't do, the variant covers on that was in the running for cover of the week, but is in the top 5. Then we have up from Marvel next, issue 25 of Star Wars Darth Vader. And also from Marvel, we have issue 9 of Thor. And Mr. Fox has been rather critical of the art on that. And as you can see, I still should be, and I am. Shame on you, Marvel. Get this art fixed. Jason Aaron deserves better art than that for his story. It's a good story. It's just horrible art. Next up from Dynamite, very highly anticipated relaunch, Turok. And they have several variant covers for Turok number 1. Great cover there. Less enthusiastic about that cover, but I do love that cover. And I also love that cover. So 4 out of 5 isn't bad, or 3 out of 4, whatever those odds are. That's not bad, Dynamite. You've done a good job. Next up from Marvel, we have Uncanny X-Men, issue 9. DC brings us issue 8 of The Unexpected. Then we have from Jinx World, issue 5 of a great run Brian Michael Bendis is doing for Jinx World, called United States versus Murder Incorporated. A nice story, great concept. I would recommend that highly. And then next up we have from Marvel, issue 1 of what they call Web of Venom, Venom Unleashed. And it's kind of a wild looking cover, as is this variant, which we thought that was phenomenal. Then next up from Dark Horse, we have William Gibson's Alien 3, and this is issue 3, and that's a gorgeous cover on that as well, as is the variant cover that you can see there. Next up from Ahoy Comics, issue 5 of The Wrong Earth, highly recommended here in Fox's. Nice small little publisher, nice book. Marvel brings us X-23 issue 8. And as you can see, a variant cover for that as well. And then finally, from DC, probably one of the more anticipated books this week, and wonderfully planned, the last one alphabetically, so we get to end on a high note. Brian Michael Bendis's Young Justice, #1. And they have a slew of variant covers that I'm just going to display them out in front of you to show you some of the characters that they have featured in the Young Justice variant covers. All of these obviously we're carrying and will be for sale tomorrow at Fox's, but they are absolutely stunningly gorgeous. And so you will want to get yourself some of those wonderful, wonderful variants, and then obviously, last but not least, the blank cover variants. So that's going to be this week's order for Wednesday, January 9th at Fox Comics and Games in beautiful downtown Marion, Illinois. Hope to see you here.